I'm just waking up out of a very realistic dream. Now, it wasn't realistic. I'm not going to tell you any details because I don't want to hear about this. Oh, I don't want to hear you tell you your dreams. It didn't happen. Whatever. Fine. I'm just saying it's very realistic, and there was the stresses of that I'm now realizing don't exist, and letting go, and also some friendships that I had there that with people who are not real. So now I'm in back to normal, and I'm about to do the now I'm a journalist again. I wasn't there. I didn't even have a podcast in the dream. Well, it didn't come up, but I didn't feel like I had a podcast. So hey, it's over. I'm here. I'm back. This is better than that. I don't wish I was still in the dream. Although I had a hard time waking up. So I got things to do, so let me get to the news. I'm saying it like you're holding me back. Like you made me talk about a dream that I didn't talk about. That was my choice. And I'm sorry to put that. Let me get to the news. I'm going to get to the news now. That's what I should have said. Lawyer says tourist accused of hurling rock at Hawaiian monk seal has been doxxed and threatened. So, you shouldn't dox, you shouldn't threaten, and you shouldn't throw rocks at seals. You're not a sympathetic person. I'm not like, oh, it's so bad for this. I have all the people that get doxxed and threatens. The one who is abusing animals is not the person everybody's like, oh, we'll let him go then. He's been through enough. I guess the lawyer is trying to get him some sympathy, but it actually gives me less sympathy that he's complaining. He should be like, yeah, I deserve to get doxxed and threatened. And threatened, not like nobody's showing up at his house. So, he shouldn't, and nobody should. And I don't know where, I didn't dox him. I don't know where he lives. And I wouldn't threaten. I don't threaten anybody, but people love to threaten. There's a large group of people who love to make threats about things that they would never do. And I don't know why. I guess there's a release in the threatening that you feel like you would actually do the thing that you were threatening, even though you would never do that. And it would like fuck up your entire life to do the thing that you're threatening. Even if you're threatening to beat up somebody, right? Like I'm going to punch you in the face to threaten somebody. Like you punch somebody in the face, that could fuck up a bunch of shit for you. So but yeah, it's people are threatening this guy. Hey, don't you do it? But I don't feel bad for the guy. Trump DOJ mass deletes info on Jan 6 riot cases, including violent assault on cops. That doesn't surprise me. They also ignore the fact that Trump is a pedophile, allegedly. I don't know that I've heard that. It's a thing that people are saying, that Trump is a pedophile, and the DOJ, they just work for him. It's, to get angry. I'm angry all the time, but like, to be like, it's just like, yeah, you're fucking criminals. Of course this is what you're doing. And it's not even like criminals like in a cool way, because they're just cool in the movies, criminals. I don't think I'd actually want to hang out with the mafia, even though I like to watch the mafia movies, and there is no mafia. The DOJ is kind of like the mafia, and I wouldn't want to hang out with those guys. They're like fucking losers. Minneapolis police chief, allegedly. I don't know. That's my opinion. Or no, it's an opinion I heard and I'm repeating. I don't know what the fuck. Minneapolis police chief resigns after interfering with an investigation, mayor says. If I was police chief, I would feel like I could interfere with investigations. But I guess you also got to not get caught. Well, I'm sure he can be a police chief somewhere else. Maybe St. Paul. Woman fired by Ball State University over Charlie Kirk post will get $225,000 in settlement. That's a good deal. You get $225,000. You got to make your Charlie Kirk joke. I didn't post anything about Charlie Kirk. I never have. I'm not saying that's something people should do. I'm not like I'm not offended by it. I don't think you should get fired over it. I don't think you should get fired over social media posts. And it's like weird. Depends on your job. It depends what you're posting, where you're posting, and all this stuff. But in general, it's just like I don't know. Everybody's fucking crazy when they're posting, so just like let that be a separate thing. I That's my opinion. What do I know? I'm an idiot. Ukraine war, nearly 500,000 Russian soldiers killed during conflict, UK spy chief reveals. Yeah, that's not a number that Putin wants to have out there, I guess. That's a lot of soldiers to lose over something you didn't need to do. This is like an obvious thing to say, but Putin just like fucking sucks. Like as a dude, like just the worst. I thought he was supposed to have cancer or something. They said he was sick like years ago and he was dying. And then he's not dead, which that's annoying. I could say I want Putin to die, right? Well, I don't. He's gonna die. That's like inevitable. But it's like okay to be like, yeah, Putin. Well, some people love Putin. I think Tucker Carlson's like a Putin fan. I'm not positive on that though. But I feel like it's not controversial in the United States to say that about Putin. To be like, oh yeah, Putin, he's bad. He's not a good guy. I think that's okay. Well, I don't think that would get me fired from a job at a university. But if it did, maybe I'd get $225,000, which I wouldn't mind. I could use that kind of money. Maybe I should get a job at a university. Then, but then they'll know what I'm up to. Ukraine. Okay. 60 Minutes journalist who accused CBS of political meddling loses her deal. Sorry, I had to cough. I don't have a cough button like they do in the professional studios. But this reporter, journalist who accused CBS of political meddling no longer has a job, could come work for me, I guess, even though I am a one-person operation right now. But I don't have any money. It would be for equity. You get a percentage of the company that has not been formed yet. So, but this is the most listened to podcast in the world. That's not true, but I say it, and you can say you can. I think you can make that. I can make that statement if it's not the advertisers, and it's not illegal. I'm pretty sure, and I'm also saying it's not true. So, but sometimes I don't say it's not true, but I've said it other times. So I think I don't have any. I have a lawyer, but then I'd have to pay the lawyer to tell me to give me any legal. I don't use the lawyer. I have the number of a lawyer that I could call. It's on a magnet. Let's see. Energy bills to rise for millions as impact for Iran war hits. Yeah, it's already hitting. I don't know. It's already energy bills are already up. But thanks for letting us know. News article that that things cost more. They like to throw those out there. Hey, everything costs more. We know. There's a whole article about that here after the headline of everything costs more. Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay, this next headline is pretty fucked up. Just a heads up to you. Atlanta doctor survives home invasion, torture, throat slit. That's like a really short headline, but it goes on quite a ride where it's like, Atlanta doctor survives home invasion. Like, well, thank God. The home invasion, how scary. Survived. Then it's like torture, throat slit. Like, comma, torture, comma, throat slit. So it's very aggressive for a headline, I think. They wanted us to go through some visceral. I never know if I'm using visceral correctly. It's like a visceral reaction, but I think that I used it correctly there. But if you tried to ask me, oh, what does visceral mean? I don't know. I'm going to look it up later, and then I'll know. And then I'll forget. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'll do one more story. Maybe there's a good one. Oh, there is. That's crazy. Usually there's not. 5 people found alive after week trapped in flooded Laos cave. So that's a positive. Let's just take a win, you know.